and she wet herself when she was frightened and then crashed into a fence.
Hello, Suzie.
Hello, Samantha. Good
Mum,
to see you.
I must say, your setup looks fabulous. And you look gorgeous.
Oh, I don't know about that. Got a bit
You
of a
do?
cold. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. A runny nose.
I can hear it.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Well, do you know what? I mean, obviously, mine's past now. That was me last week. It's you this week. I actually think that we should be grateful that we're getting our colds now and not on Christmas Day.
Oh, I know. I've been squeezing loads of oranges. Look.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice.
I know.
And you should actually tell the listeners, Mum, about your your orange juicer, whatever it is. I bought one. It's amazing.
It's just so easy. It's just so easy, and there's nothing better than doing it yourself. Fresh orange.
It's basically
no artificial flavours.
No.
Yeah. I just got it on Amazon. No, I didn't. I bought it in Robert Dias, my one, but
okay.
You can get them on Amazon.
I got mine on Amazon, and they are amazing.
Okay.
It's basically really simple, isn't it? You squash the orange on, and it just juices it into like the jug, and then you pour it out and drink it.
It's just easy, and it's just so much nicer than the stuff you buy in the supermarket.
Nice.
Yeah,
And your tree looks lovely. When did you decorate it?
Thank you. Where I've been staying at Billie's most of the week, helping her with Margot and Nellie and Arthur. I come home the other night, put it up, and then finished decorating it. I think it was only a couple of days ago. I think it was maybe Wednesday, because Linda went over for the night.
It looks lovely. Have you got that Christmas bauble that I bought you that time?
I've got all the baubles. I've got the Brussels sprout up there that you bought me, which is quite a running joke, because once I did choke on a Brussels sprout at Christmas Day, remember?
I was going to say, we spoke about that on the podcast before.
I know.
I think you might have, actually, it was with you last Christmas. Do you remember we sat in the studio and we all spoke about it? So our listeners...
Oh my God, yeah. They will know about the Brussels sprout.
Maybe, but we might have some new listeners since last Christmas. And basically, cut a long story short, not to bore the people that already know, Mum almost died on Christmas Day because she was choking on a Brussels sprout, and my nan had to do the is it Heimlich? Is that what you call it?
But it wouldn't come out. Remember, she opened my throat, and put her 2 fingers down my throat and pulled it out. And you and Billie were sitting there laughing, thinking it was I think you was filming me, I'm sure.
I think it was just so bizarre because we didn't realise the extent of how we thought, I don't know. Yeah. And then
it was stuck there.
It was stuck, and then all of a sudden the Brussels sprout came flying out and she survived.
Yeah. Here to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, so and then the other one that I got you that says Merry effing Christmas, doesn't it? I can't remember.
That's up there. Well, you got me a few. You got Merry Christmas W.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Jingle bells, Santa smells. I've got them all, and I've got all them nice ones that you bought me. I think maybe from Fulton, with like the cakes, the one with the little
oh yeah, I love those.
The cherry.
Really nice.
I've got them all. I that's why I'm very eclectic on my tree, because I just put everything on that I've got, and it just sort of works. Just lights and all my baubles.
I'm exactly the same, and then each year I like buy 1 or 2 and then just add to the collection. That's what we do.
Well, I've actually got a few of yours, because when you moved and you had a box, I must have been looking after some of your things. You took some of them from mine one year, but you left some, and I've got some of your decorations you had when you first had Paul, because I've got your little sign with baby's first Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cute.
Oh, it's going to be Edward and Margot's first Christmas.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's so weird that they're born so close. Like, they're literally 7 months apart.
They're the closest, aren't they, in age, them two?
You're the closest in age out of all of your grandkids.
All of them. Yeah, it's amazing.
Just to say, I've got not a scrap of makeup on, and I'm a little bit red and blotchy. I don't know. You can see a little bit here.
You had a facial?
I had a facial today, first time in ages, and I had a deep exfoliation, so that's why I'm a little bit red.
Is it nice?
It feels amazing. Although I'm red, when I touch it like this, it feels like baby's bum.
Oh, that's what I need.
And I haven't had one in ages. And because we're going skiing in a few days, which I'm really excited about, we can get onto that.
God, yes.
Everyone was saying how where you're outdoors all the time, it can be really dehydrating. So I was like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to treat myself and have a facial. So yeah, I just had one.
Lovely.
Yes, I'm all packed. Well, I say I'm all packed. I'm sort of half organised. Where I've never been skiing before, as you know, I've got our friends that are already out there that have invited us. She sent me a bit of a checklist and I literally didn't have one thing on that checklist. Because it's even things like socks. The ski socks are different to socks. I know you gave me yours, so thank you for your hand-me-downs.
Well, yeah, but them ones I bought so many, they were new, I think, all the ones
They are
you.
actually brand new. So I say hand-me-downs. Mum's given me literally brand new stuff. But we didn't have any of that. So I've had to rush around and get bits online. Thankfully, all of my deliveries have come on time. Can you believe that? On top of Christmas.
Oh my
I was
God,
thinking,
that's brilliant. There's so many strikes at the moment. It's so annoying. Postal strikes.
Well, I thought I'm really going to struggle here, but I haven't. And there's this amazing kids ski brand called Dino Ski. I don't know if you've seen it, and it's like kids all in one ski suits, matching hats, and they've got they're a bit kind of fun. So Rosie's got it's like is it a bunny? I think so. So it's purple, then it's got bunny ears and a little thing. And then Paul's got a dinosaur, there's a unicorn one. It's really cool. And
I cannot wait to see them on the slopes.
Can't wait.
Literally. Make sure you send loads of pictures and videos.
Well, I'm going to try my best because I'm really excited and I'm really looking forward to it. And we're going with another family who we're really close to. The only thing I'm a little bit apprehensive about is Edward. Obviously, he's a baby.
So, Billie and I were talking about Edward the other day, yesterday actually, because I said, Samantha's going skiing when the kids break up. And what is she going to do with Edward? This was what we was thinking.
Well, I'm going to be really... Yeah, so I'm bringing the baby carrier.
You fall. Yeah.
Well, I'm bringing the baby carrier. I said to Paul, I was like, I'm not that fussed about skiing all day, every day. And it's going to be impossible for me anyway because I've got Edward.
Yeah.
I was like, I would like to do at least one lesson on the slopes to experience it. And then I can ski anytime next year or whatever. It's more about the kids. Paul and Rosie have got lessons every morning. They're going to be with their friend Rupert. For me, it's more about them. And I'll just make sure Edward's warm and comfortable and cosy. You know, it's tough because he's so little.
Get a little sledge to put him in and pull him around.
Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what it is? I need to just wait until I get there to work out what happens, and because I've never done it before. So
I'm gonna love it. It's just
I'm really
amazing.
excited, but this trip is more about the kids. And Big Paul can ski, so that's fine. He can go with Paul and Rosie and do whatever. I just want one lesson, then at least I can say I've done it. And then I'll obviously hopefully go next year and it'll be a bit easier.
Yeah, well, you can just take in turns. Like Paul, obviously, is not going to ski all day, every day.
Exactly, he said that. He said we'll just take in turns with the baby.
Taking turns, yeah, be good. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you. And I'm going to take the GoPro as well, so hopefully I can try. I'll try my hardest to get some content, but you know what it's when you've got all the kids. It's kind of impossible.
I know, but just keep the GoPro on all day and then you can just get what you can.
So, Mum, you went skiing. Was it last year or the year before? Tell everyone what happened to you.
Well, I went skiing when I was younger, before I had you and Billie, and then I went skiing with Linda, Greg's mum, who's a very, very good skier, and her friends, Janet and Alison. We had such fun. It was amazing, but I did have a fall. I done a stupid thing, like not listening to my instructor when I was going to, I think it's called a swoosh, or whatever, where you go down, then come up the other side. It was quite... And I'd been having lessons and I'd felt quite confident.
So is it one of those things that as you're skiing, then it dips almost like a skate park?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so as I'm going down, she's telling me to stay down, in sort of almost in race position.
Yeah.
And I was going, so it was the fastest I'd been on that holiday on the ski slope. And I basically crapped myself, and I literally done the wrong thing. I sort of went to stand up because I felt frightened. I was going so fast. Oh my God, I wish I'd had someone videoing it to see what I must have looked like, a rag doll. I went like literally across.
Did you do like a somersault?
Well, sort of, yeah, but I don't. It all happened so quick, and my legs were everywhere. But I hurt my neck a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it was just all stiff, but obviously I had the helmet that you gave me. I borrowed your ski helmet that you got like quite a few years ago, didn't you? Like, obviously you have to wear a crash helmet now, but it's really funny because not change the subject, but me and Billy was watching a bit of what was we watching? Oh, Harry and Meghan. We was watching the thing on Netflix.
Don't spoil it. Go on, tell me what you're going to tell me because I haven't watched it yet. Go on.
No, all I was going to say was that he had footage on there of them skiing with their mum. So it was years ago before Lady Diana died. And they had no helmet. No, she had no helmet on. Like, it was just like really bizarre. But obviously, like, it's so much like safer to wear a helmet. But,
absolutely.
Yeah, that was one of my experiences. But
so did you get back on the slopes after that accident?
Yeah, well, I had to. And one of my skis had come off, and bizarrely one had stayed on.
Ah, okay.
And then because I was down, then I had to walk up, sort of put my skis on and walk up sideways up the side of the mountain on the sort of like the snow, which was really hard. And I thought, why on earth did you stand up, stupid woman?
No, but also as well, it's not that. I feel like maybe you shouldn't have done the sloosh. What's it called?
Something sloosh, I think.
Let's just call it sloosh. Maybe you shouldn't have done that until you was more confident.
Confident, yeah.
Because that's quite a big thing. I don't know if I'd do that on my first ski trip. Your first ski trip in a long time.
No, I hadn't been since, when I went when I was 18. We was just piddling about, getting all the shots in.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you was there for the parties.
Après ski, yeah.
Après ski, yeah.
We was literally glühwein, whatever we was drinking.
What's glühwein? Is that like a shot that you have in the Alps?
Well, it was like hot. It was like a hot drink. Ooh. It was so nice, but you don't realise how strong they are. And you have a couple.
Oh, maybe not.
Remember Bongo? I told you she was coming down and she couldn't stop, and she wet herself when she was frightened, and then crashed into a fence.
No. Oh, by the way, guys, Bongo's my mum's really good old friend. So, in case you're wondering, her name's Alison, but we call her Bongo.
Ali Bongo, yeah. But no, that was really funny.
And she crashed into a fence. Well, she was lucky not to break a bone.
Yeah, we had so many laughs on that trip. Honestly, don't go up to some funny things, but. Yeah, so you'll enjoy it. But obviously yours is going to be, the first one's going to be like a family experience, not a crazy girls one.
I'd love to do a girls' ski trip, actually. How fun would that be?
I know, I'll tell you, Louisa would love to do that.
Yeah, she loves
Louisa's
skiing.
a good skier as well, isn't she?
Yeah, they go every year. Right, okay, so Mum, what else have you been up to this week? Come on, fill us in. What's your...
Well, I haven't even started my Christmas shopping. I've done a little bit this morning.
Oh, well done. Online or...
Yeah, and I just went up to town just to get some wrapping paper and things like that.
Oh, nice.
But I haven't done much at all. I've been with Billie quite a lot.
Oh,
done
how's little Margot?
Oh, honestly, you know when you look at them, like when they're that little, and they look just so. I don't know. It's just beautiful.
You can't even explain it. It's just a feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's nothing
you cry.
better.
You can just cry when you look at them. It's just
honestly.
Like they look so helpless and like, I don't know, just
innocent.
Huggle them. Yeah, it's
and
gorgeous.
don't you think there's just nothing better in the world than a baby?
No, she was a week old yesterday.
I know, I can't believe it. Billy messaged me a picture of me and her in the birthing suite when she was obviously contracting and I was holding the ball so she could lean on the ball without it moving.
Yeah.
And
I got that picture. It's such a beautiful picture of you.
Oh, Mum, you started crying, didn't you? Do you remember?
I know. And you went, save your tears.
Yeah, so it was like Billy was contracting and I was like helping Billy. Greg had gone for a walk. It was just
such a beautiful moment watching you with your sister.
And then Mum started crying and I sort of looked round and I was like, oh, come on, don't cry. And then she was like, it's just such a moment. And then I said, come on, save your tears for the birth. But then I understand why, because we're your two daughters together and she's in labour.
I could get all emotional talking about it.
Oh, she's
welling up. No, it was, it was such a beautiful moment, yeah. 1 week, it's gone so quick. Before you know it, we'll be saying, it's a month, 1 month.
And then you'll be saying 7 months. It's like Edward.
I know. I said she will be, before we know it, she'll be like, look how quick it's gone with Edward.
It's just bizarre.
Oh, it just goes so quick. I wish time would slow down a little bit, especially for me.
Well, you say that, but then sometimes the days can feel very, very long, depending on
Oh,
how the
well,
days
yeah.
go. And if you've
I
had,
know.
Ed was just not great at sleeping at the moment. I don't know what's going down, but just the usual, up all the time, keeping me up. And then what happens is when the alarm goes off to get the kids up for school, it's like, surely not. And because it's dark.
That's when you want to go back to sleep.
That is when I'm ready to go to sleep for 6 hours.
That sounds like me with when I was having bad sleep in my menopause. I would wake up at like 2 a.m, not go back to sleep till maybe 6.
And then get tired, yeah.
And then my alarm would go off at 7. And then I'd be, oh no, I just don't want to get up. But I know, but obviously.
Oh, actually, Mum, as soon as you'd mentioned menopause, it just come to me. We had so many messages on our email and Instagram basically thanking you. So this is from the listeners saying thank you, Suzie, for
ladies.
opening up and speaking about your menopause, and you've helped a lot of people. They said that you opening up has made them feel normal and like don't feel like they're the only one that's going through it, that kind of thing. So there was loads, so many messages,
I'm
Mum.
I'm glad if I've reassured a few people that you're not going mad. It's,
Well, that's it. And I feel like sometimes I actually posted the other day and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to post something real because everything's always glossy and glamorous
I love
and
that
shiny.
post, Dan.
And I just thought it was 3 days into little Paul had 2 days off school, the cold. I just got over mine. Rosie had a temperature, but she was fine. She wasn't off school or anything. Edward had a cold, so it was one of them. And Paul's away with work, so Paul's away, and it was one of those few days where you've lost your routine. Everything's out the window. Like I didn't make it to the supermarket. I'm at home with like a house full of colds, and no sleep. It was just one of those moments, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to share this because I know that I'm not alone, and there is so many people going through this right now. And I feel like when it's the lead up to Christmas as well, you can feel so overwhelmed with the long list of things that you've got to do.
Oh, I know.
And then if you have a little browse on Instagram, sometimes you think everyone's, wow, they're smashing it. They're doing it all. They've got it. But it's not, realistically, that's not the case. It's just what you see and what people post. But actually, we've all got a big long list of things to do and nobody's 100% organised.
So have you done any Christmas shopping?
No, I told you. I've only ordered any and gone down a hamper. So I'm going to do my Christmas shopping when I get back from skiing because I can't think about it right now. But I want to go to a toy store. I don't want to do it online because I find that I can't, where I'm leaving mine a bit later, I can't trust things not arriving in time.
No, of course not.
It happened with me recently with Rosie's birthday presents. Something happened, one of the usual strikes or whatever, and then none of it showed up. So I had to go the night before her birthday and drive to a toy shop to get the stuff.
Oh,
it was
I
just,
don't
want to be doing that on
Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
Eve. That's what I mean. So, yeah. But no, and then, do you know what was really sweet actually after that post? There's a butcher's called Surrey Hills Butcher's, which is near the kids' school.
Oh, I know, I've seen it. I love the look of that butcher's.
Yeah, it's really nice actually in there. They reached out to me and they was like, oh, we see your message. Because basically in my caption, I made a list of things that I haven't done. And one of it was, haven't ordered my Christmas meat, etc., something like that. They reached out to me and they was like, oh, let us know if we can help you, Sam, in any way. Like, get your meat ordered. They was like, we've got kids, we can understand. And I just thought that is so sweet. Like, you just think
really nice.
People reaching out and stuff. But
yeah.
So tonight is the England World Cup. Will you be watching it, Suzanne?
Yes, I'm watching. Well, Sarah's over from Dubai.
Oh, nice.
So she came to see Margot the other day, which was lovely.
Yeah.
And we was going out for dinner tonight, but Billie, Greg's got Sam going over. I think Ruby's going over his sister today because she's not met Margot yet.
Yeah.
And the kids, but Billie said, "Oh, why don't you and Sarah come here and we'll get a takeaway and watch the football?" Because I think Billie otherwise will just be there with all the boys. So
she
I
would
said,
rather have you there for a bit of backup.
Yeah, so I messaged Sarah. She's been at Christmas shopping in London today, which she asked me to go with her. She went with Jess, but you know what I'm like.
How you hate shopping.
I hate shopping. We spoke about that, didn't we, last week? So I'll just sort of get what I can get local and online. I just really don't like shopping. So, Apparently it was really busy up there. She said it was like absolutely mobbed up in
Oh, well, I
town.
bet. It's like we've got like 2 Saturdays, haven't we, left, and it's Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
So
Well,
that's
this time
probably
2 weeks, it's Christmas. So I'm going to try and get all mine done so it's all done by next weekend. So I've got a full week before Christmas to do all the other stuff.
Right, well, remember
wrapping.
not to buy me anything.
Well, I'm going to get you a couple. I know we're going on. We've said we're not going to buy big presents this year. We're all going to go on a trip, aren't we? The 3 of us.
Which is booked, by the way. So
I know. What was the dates of that as well? Oh, you didn't give me the dates.
So we are going. It's in April. I know it seems like a long way off, but me and Billie said that it's nice.
The babies will be bigger,
and also not only that, it's going to be a bit warmer because you know it's like in Paris. We're going to Paris, guys. Look at me, you're just chatting on. We decided this year not to go and get expensive, lavish presents, and instead book a trip for the 3 of us. So we're going to be going to Paris for 2 days in April. End of April we're going. Last weekend of April. The Eurostar's booked and the hotel is reserved. So the trip is actually booked. So yeah. So we decided just to do, well, maybe a couple of little wrap-ups, but don't only get me something like pyjamas or candle. Honestly, I'd really
loungewear.
Yeah, just you know what we love.
Another sweatshirt, another hoodie, another pair of leggings.
That's it. That's what we live in. You know.
I know. I've laughed because I've done all my dressing room now, and I've got a section where it's just all like sweatshirts.
That's
and
my biggest
hoodies.
section.
And literally that is the only section I go to.
But you know what's really...
Actually, I put a shirt on today.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look really trendy.
No, I made an effort and put a shirt on rather than a sweatshirt.
Well, I should have made the effort. I've got a blotchy face. I'm in this night. I don't know what's in the background. It's all... Anyway, so...
How's it all going at your house, Samantha? Anything since I've been there? Did they come back and fit the carpet in your dressing room?
Wednesday. They're doing that on Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
My lights
I love your dressing room. It looks amazing.
Well, and I haven't showed anyone yet because I didn't really want to post anything until it was done because it's like half.
And what about your blind? Is that
Blind's
been done?
January, so blind's the first week of Jan. My wall light is down here on the floor. I can't show you because it's heavy. And carpet's going in on Wednesday. Wallpaper's done. It looks amazing.
Oh, you'd have to do a picture for me. I'll
show
seen
you.
The wallpaper.
It just doesn't look as good in a picture.
I know, but you can just give me an idea.
And yeah, then that room's nearly done. So that'll be ticked off in Jan. The office has been prepped. So all the skirtings have been done. Walls been painted. Ceiling's been done. We've had all the spotlights changed. Like all the prep work, I feel like is the hardest bit. Then it's more like the accessorising and the furniture, isn't it? So
that's the same like with anything, like like with cooking. Like
the
prep is the hardest. The cooking of it is,
So the prep in the office has been done. It looks lovely. It's really fresh, and the ceiling looks so nice. Because when we first moved into this house, most of the house is still like it, to be fair, but they had them horrible spotlights. They were like them big glass hanging down things.
I know.
There wasn't even spotlights. And then in that glass thing, there's like dust had settled and like dead flies. I don't know who would ever choose. Anyway, so yeah, that's all been done. So that looks really nice, and skirtings. But anything else? Oh yeah, the TV room. We had the chimney swept.
Oh, you can have a log burner.
Log burner's going in next week. So chimney's been swept, which was interesting. And the man came round. I was asking him loads of questions. He said that they're a dying breed.
They are. Do you know what? I bet it was really hard to find a chimney sweep.
It was. We had to call round maybe 6 or 7 people. So that's going in next week, which I'm really excited about. But other than that, not much has changed since you've come. But you'll have to come... after Christmas, before Christmas come, obviously.
Yeah,
then also after Christmas, like that in between, and then my birthday, you'll have to come and stay for a few nights. Oh, next week, because Billie said she needs a break from the house. So I said, why don't you, her and Margot come and stay over at mine?
Yes.
Not Nellie and Arthur. I think she wants a break from everyone.
I think she does. No, because she said the other day, she went, I might come down to yours for a night. I was laughing.
Yeah.
But no, she said, like, would I go over with her when you're back? And I said,
drive.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I said, of course, that'd be nice, and give you a little time with Margot, and
that's it.
Let Edward see her again. Edward was really funny, wasn't he, when he saw her?
Yeah, it's just like, what is this? We must have thought it was like a dolly that moved. He was a bit confused. Oh, we went to Lapland, UK.
Oh, did you have a lovely time?
Really
well,
good.
I did see some pictures and that, but obviously
So,
we've not really spoke about it.
Obviously, yeah, we've gone. I mean, look, it's a bit of a family tradition for us now. We've gone every year since little Paul was a baby, so I think this was our 6th time we've been. And not much changes. It's pretty much the same every time we go, but the kids love it and it is magical and they think of everything from all the little storylines, all the different parts that you walk through, and then you get to the village at the end and Huskies, Father Christmas, and it was great, but it was tough with Edward.
I bet.
He wasn't upset and he didn't like have a tantrum or anything, but he wanted to be held the whole time. So between me and Paul, at the end of it...
Did you have your propose?
No. Oh, what a mistake.
What you need with him, because I swear, I mean, I said to you before, I used to carry you in one sometimes and push Billie in the pram because a double buggy can be aggravating. But I swear by them.
I was gutted.
I'm literally
why I didn't
by them. Because the baby's arms are free and they, and obviously, I mean, I know you can get them backpack ones, but I always had you on the front. But
on the front, yeah. So
and
basically,
like facing out, so you can see everything.
That's it.
Amazing for them.
Well, if you're going Lapland, UK, or anything where you've got a lot of walking, always remember your baby carrier. No, because he didn't want to be in the pram, and I get that. Like, it gets a bit annoying, and so between us, it was pass the parcel the whole time we was there. So that was, he was fine, but me and Paul was like, you just, the arms are aching, your back's
arms
hurting.
are aching, your back's aching.
And then when we got to the village, there's obviously we sat and had dinner, and I was like, give me a red wine. I was like, are there any alcohol in this place?
Any alcohol in there, yeah.
But, and then he sat in the high chair.
You had a nice day, yeah. The kids loved it, didn't they?
It was really good, and Father Christmas is amazing. So, like, that part of it is super magical.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get better than there, I don't think, with Father Christmas. But yeah, it was brilliant. And when I went to the Fashion Awards, didn't I?
I know. I honestly, I was hounding you. Send us a picture. I was with Billie obviously that night, and I know you said we didn't know if you liked your hair, your makeup, your dress. Everything. You looked so beautiful, so classy. You looked gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much.
What was it like being in the box? Because did you have Paloma Faith in your box?
Yeah, so we hosted. So
I love
like Revive College, and we thought, let's host a box this year. Well, John was talking about it, and our PR girl was like, it's a really great one. Do you know, if I'm honest, I didn't even know that the British Fashion Awards existed. I don't know where I've missed that in life, but anyway. He was like, we can get a box and then we can host like Amanda, who's obviously our brand ambassador. And I was like, let's do it. Great. Anyway, so we had a couple spare seats as well. So usually you invite talent. So I didn't even know this is how it worked. I was like, I didn't even know that this was a thing. Anyway, so we had Amanda and her daughter Lexi. And then we hosted OT. You know OT, don't you, Mum?
Yes.
And Paloma Faith. And then obviously we had the rest of the Revive team. So it was a great like mix and it was really fun. It was quite short, like you're not there for that long. The red carpet, I'll tell you about my disaster after, but the whole going through and in is like probably one big part of it. And then you have a little mingle, then you watch the show, which is like an award ceremony for like an hour and 20, let's say. And then you leave. So it's not like a long night or anything, but it was for me. So basically, I didn't realise you had to get on the carpet for like 5 o'clock. I've arrived at 6:30. Worst thing I could have ever done. It was freezing cold. Took me ages. So now I'm on this red carpet queue, which was humongous. You can imagine the amount of people that were there as well, wanting to do their carpet pictures. I was like, this is freezing. And I obviously just had that dress on. So that went on for ages. Got in there, was chatting, mingling a little bit, and there was some like canopies and bits and bobs to eat, which was great. Chatted to like OT, Paloma, and obviously I know Amanda, she's lovely, and her daughter was really nice as well. So we was mingling and chatting, watched the show, and then there was an after party, but I said, right, I'm going to go, because obviously I just limit my time being away from Edward still at the moment.
Of course.
So then I've gone downstairs, which I thought, I'm slipping here. Oh my God, I waited an hour and a half for my car. It
Oh,
was.
no.
And I was inside the venue, but where the doors were open, close, people were either going to the smoking area or going out to their cars.
Oh, but
It
you
was
was freezing.
Oh my! I was thinking, I've literally. So although again, Instagram is so glamorous, it's so amazing, but
Oh, no,
I've spent 3
yeah.
hours waiting in the freezing cold. No, so it
Oh,
was. There was no other way around it. So you basically, everyone had their like cars or their chauffeurs, and you have to
Yeah.
give the venue your car registration, and then they give you a number, almost like you're waiting for a bit of meat at the deli, and it was like waiting for your number to be called. Right.
Oh,
and I stood there for an hour and 20 minutes. I was like, this is just. And because I was sort of already in the thick of it, there were so many times where I thought, just go back in and find the others and then deal with this after. But I didn't. I was like hanging on in there. But it was quite good because I did get to sort of see, and there was loads going on in the car queue. You know, there was Stormzy and gang, and I was sort of like watching them. And then there was Rosie Huntington Whiteley, she was there and getting into her car. I mean, Naomi Campbell. There was like some big names like Rita Ora. There was loads of people that were all kind of
Rita Ora.
Yeah, there was.
When we met her
in the Maldives. Yeah,
Maldives. Yeah,
it was
lovely.
a real. I mean, it was the guest list was incredible, like, and everyone was sort of there. It was great, really, really fantastic. I'd love. Do you know what? Next year, at least I know now for next year.
Yeah, take a coat.
Take a coat. No, but be on that red carpet at 5:00 for one. And then maybe slip a little bit earlier when you want to get your car on time.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But anyway, it was still amazing. Like, what a great
And
experience.
how was Edward at home with Paul? Was he okay?
Fine. He was Paul said he was absolutely fine. Obviously a little bit whingy, and he doesn't sleep that much anyway. But Paul said he just basically held him the whole time and kept him happy. But he was fine. But yeah, I mean, that was great. What else?
What else has been
on a
going on?
catch up. We've got a couple of dilemmas. If you want me to read out, should I read out a dilemma? We've got time for it. Let's do one dilemma, and then let's do a little ask us anything, and then I'll let you get on, because I know that you'll be going down to Billie and Margot.
I know. I'm going to go and pick Sarah up.
Oh, you're going to pick Sarah up, yeah.
I'm going to go and pick Sarah up as well, so she hasn't got to drive.
Right, okay, let's get this up. Right, okay. I've been with my partner for over 5 years now, and we actually got married this year too. His brother's wife hasn't liked me since the minute I walked into the family. Oh. When I asked her what the problem is over the years, she's always just said, I'm simply not your biggest fan. Oh, and you need to realise that people sometimes just don't get on. Oh, that's so awkward and nasty.
That's really horrible.
Isn't it? I understand this, but we're family, and family is so important to me. I also have genuinely done nothing wrong. And although I'm told to just ignore it, the problem is hers and not me, it's easier said than done sometimes, and it really makes me upset, especially as it stopped us seeing our nieces as often as it made it so awkward for the family. What is your advice? Oh, that's not very nice, is it?
Well,
so she's.
Do you know what?
That obviously her friends, which is absolutely right. The issue is obviously her and definitely not you, because
absolutely
you obviously haven't done anything wrong, as you've stated.
I would sit and say to her, like, you know, we need to iron this out so we can all get on as a happy family. What have I actually done? Okay, I understand some people's personalities. You don't, people can clash. And everyone's we're all different. None of us are perfect. I would say, so it's obviously her brother's wife, did you say?
Yeah, so it's his brother's wife.
His brother's wife. Well, I would say, well then
that's
just
like
come
Claudia.
with the children on your own and leave her at home.
That's like me and Claudia. And that's like Claudia saying, some people just don't get on in life. I'm not your biggest fan. But you'd be like,
I know,
that's
it's not
so
a very nice
weird
thing to say.
But
I would say, well, don't come over and see me then.
But
Ta-da.
also, but you know as well, what's really annoying about this situation is the fact that this woman that's wrote in, you've done nothing wrong. You're obviously upset about it. You want to make things work. But then the other lady, your sister-in-law, or whoever, she's just like, I just think, don't waste any more time on her, because it sounds like she is a handful for no reason whatsoever. And you've been nice, you've been polite, you've done your best. And I do understand that it's hard with family because you want the nieces to be. But then again, what are you supposed to do? You can't just keep like, tiptoeing around someone because you're not their cup of tea. It's like,
No.
well, we're family, get over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's laugh about it. Let's joke about the fact that we're not each other's cup of tea.
I know.
And obviously, you don't have to live in and out of each other's pockets, do you? Like, you don't have to be. It can just be like.
I suppose when there's family occasions, and gets together,
that girl needs to. Maybe that girl's. Maybe the sister-in-law is jealous of her or something.
Probably.
Because sometimes it's the underlying issues, isn't it? That's a tough one, but I hope you sort it out either way. If not, you know what to do.
I would ask her straight what is wrong. If not, ta-da.
Sorry, that's an elbow movement.
Elbow,
doing there. Right, okay, so we've got an Ask Us Anything. So these are for you, Mum, I think.
Okay.
Who out of Sam and Billie is the most high maintenance?
Oh, that's a hard one. When... I don't know, what now or when you were younger?
No, I think they probably mean now.
What do you think? Put me on the spot.
High maintenance. I would say probably Billie.
Well, you like getting all your bits done, don't you? And I don't. It's just a hard one. High maintenance on what?
Let's have a look. Well, I don't really get anything done. Today I had a facial, actually. There we go.
No, that's what I mean. You like to get your facial, you like to get your nails, your hair done.
Look at the nails.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that either of you are really high maintenance. It's annoying having to get your nails done, isn't it? We all know that.
Yeah, we don't really get... We're not really like...
You're not like massive, like where you get loads of beauty treatments done all the time. You get the odd facial. Billie gets someone to come to her house to do her hair because she doesn't like the hairdressers. I don't know. It's a hard one. You both like to obviously keep yourselves looking lovely, but I wouldn't say either of you are really high maintenance.
High maintenance, right? Needing a lot of work to keep in good condition. That's really funny.
I need to be high maintenance.
Of a person demanding a lot of attention. We're not really high maintenance. Yeah, that's what I think that people might mean, is more like, not in terms of like getting your nails done, I guess. It's more I don't know. We're not really high maintenance girls, are we, if I'm honest? Right, so next one. What is the best part about being a nan?
The best part about being a nan, I don't know. It's just like when you go... It's like when I visit, like when I come to your house or to Billie's, every time it's like, Nanny!
Yeah.
And like they run, and like you're two always waiting at the door for me, and they run out, and the hugs. I don't know, it's just amazing. Being a nan is...
Would you say it's better than being a mum?
It's just different. It's not better, it's just different. And then, obviously you can give them back when you're tired. But it's just their faces light up every time, and it just feels so like heartwarming. It's just like incredible feeling. I love being a nan. I recommend it to all you ladies out there and granddads.
There'll be so many probably families that have got kids that may be in their sort of, I don't know, coming up to their 30s, and they're like, so when you're having a grandchild, when it gets to that age, doesn't it?
I know.
And people want to become grandparents. Well,
I know. I didn't imagine ever that I'd be a grandmother of 6 so soon, but I'm happy I am.
Yeah, you got 6.
Wouldn't have it any other way. It's beautiful.
Oh, right, well, last Ask Us Anything is, what were your first impressions of Greg and Paul?
Okay.
When did you first meet Paul? I can't remember.
At your house?
When?
After a few times.
Was it my house or your house?
No, at your house, because you had your little house in Coxey Green.
Yeah, but what was it? What did I have? A party or?
No, he was round. I think we had dinner. I think you cooked us dinner.
Did I? What, as chicken Sunday roast?
Yeah, it was. I really liked Paul when I met him. He was quite quiet.
Yeah, he's quite calm, isn't he?
Calm. he's just easy, isn't he, Paul? He's quite chilled, isn't he? Laid back.
Chilled.
Greg, when I met Greg, that would have been at mine. Billie bought him. Oh no! I tell you when I first met Greg at a party with yous.
Was I there?
Yeah, it was a party. Someone's 21st. Can't remember, but it was a party, and Dad was there with us. And
Is that when Dad said he looked like a estate agent?
An estate agent. He said, "Oh, we're going out with an estate agent."
Because he was in his 3-piece.
Not there's anything wrong with estate agents. Obviously, one of your good friends is.
No, but it's a bizarre, like, comment to make, isn't it? Like, I think that was more of the shock. We was like, why would you even say that?
Yeah, Greg. Yeah, I remember Dad used to play tricks on him because when Billie first met Greg, it was when Dad and I was sort of together, but we'd sort of had talks and whatever. But anyway, and I remember Dad.
You was together then. Oh yeah, you kind of was. Yeah, you was actually.
Yeah, we was in the house. Remember, we was in the house.
I remember when Greg used to stay
and you'd
over.
moved out.
But I remember when Greg used to stay over, and his feet used to hang out at the end of Billie's little bed.
Yeah, and can't you remember once Dad squashed all tomatoes and put them inside his shoes? He used to do some tricks on him.
It? Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I bet Greg was thinking, "Oh no, I've got myself."
Yeah, what have I got here to deal with?
But you know what?
Yeah, I liked them both.
Turned.
Yeah, I was really happy that you'd both met. I was just happy that they were both kind. I had no thought in my head that you would have any kind of. I'd have no worries, that they were going to be horrible or nasty because obviously about some of my experiences, not with Dad, but with someone else. But I just knew, you just know, and I just knew that they were both going to be lovely and keep you safe. And obviously you're all going to have your rows. Like,
I guess that's the main thing. I guess when you're a parent, you kind of worry.
Just want someone who's nice and going to look after you, not be nasty.
That's it. Kind, nice person.
Yeah.
And both great dads. I'll give it to them.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
They
dads.
are good dads. Yeah, they're good dads.
Oh well, mother.
They like doing the school runs in the morning.
That's it. They are fantastic because they don't mind doing the school
runs.
Runs.
I swear to you, I say to Billie, because I've been doing a few school runs, and I love the kids, and I'll do anything for either of yous, but I really dislike the school run. But I've been doing it, obviously. Not the morning so much, Greg's been doing it, but I've done a few with, like, picking them up from school, and it's just like the parking situation. I find it very stressful.
I feel like it's got worse over the years because
it has. I mean, there's more cars on the road. I don't know if classes have got bigger.
I think there's more cars on the road.
I find it stressful.
I feel like the cars are bigger, so the space. I sound like such an old, boring person, but the cars are bigger, and the spaces are so small. There's always
spaces have got smaller.
Walls. They've got smaller, haven't they?
You literally get out your car and you're like that, frightened to hit someone's door.
But obviously, if I do the school run and I've got Edward with me, I have to get obviously him out with his car seat. So I really struggle. So when I go and try and find a car space, I have to park now, not in a correct space, but because I have to get the baby out. Like, otherwise, how am I supposed to get out? There's no mother and baby.
You don't get no mother and baby at school. Yeah.
So it's anyway.
That's what I was going to say. You and Billie are really lucky because obviously I didn't ever have any help with school runs.
No, they're really
and
good.
You do. You both get help with school runs, don't you? So you are very lucky.
We do.
Lucky
indeed.
ladies.
We are lucky ladies. And I put the bins out the other day for the first time since living here. Paul always does it.
Remember that was that was one job I used to say to Dad. I'll do, me, I'll do everything in the house, but you put the bins out.
Well, obviously, so Paul was away on a works meetings anyway, and I had to do it because I see the neighbours had put the bins out, and I was like, oh. So I text Paul saying, "Is it bin day tomorrow?" He was like, "Oh yeah, don't forget the bins." There's me like freezing the other day, taking the bins out, like. Oh. So that's one of Paul's jobs, but got the bins out.
Job.
Yeah, that is a man's job. Well, Mummy, that is all we've got time for today. Send me a picture when you're around Billie's later with Margot, please.
I will do.
And just quickly before you go, just for our listeners, don't forget you can listen to the Sam and Billie show ad-free on Amazon Music, guys. Okay, Mum, love you lots.
Okay, I love you.
And I'll speak to you later. Love
Give
you.
them babies a huggle for me.
I will
Love
do.
you.
Bye.